This morning, storms hurling tornadoes like spears at the Midwest. While winds knock down power lines, a giant party tent is tossed into the sky. Sam Champion and the weather team with the latest. And the debate about dog shelters. Ellen DeGeneres trying to give a dog a home, a shelter owner firing back. The latest round this morning. And asleep at the wheel for 30 miles, going 70 miles per hour? Look at this woman, a slow speed chase coming up. Miles asleep at the wheel. Good morning, America. I'm Diane Sawyer.
And I'm Robin Roberts. Thank you for starting your day with us on this Thursday, October 18th. And we're hearing more and more cases about that so-called superbug spreading all across the country.
Right. 21 schools closed, as we know. And we got so many questions from you after yesterday's report. We're going to follow up this morning and ask your questions to a doctor.
And no doubt you've heard about Dick Cheney and Barack Obama, the link between the two.
Yes, it got all of us thinking after Lynn Cheney said that they are distant cousins. What are all the ways we're all connected and don't know it?
So we did start thinking, and we did a little digging of our own through the Ancestry archives. Chris, you and I are safe, but Sam and Diane were able from finding a link.
Being related to
us. No. But we found a link for you and Sam, which we'll share with people.
Really? I cannot wait. And we have two animals we have to introduce you to. We are still so excited about the pigs the size of teacups. There they are. Look at them. That is a live shot, Mary Old England this morning, and you're going to get a chance to meet their owner and hear more about them, and also the cockatoo.
The dancing cockatoo.
The cockatoo who dances only to the Backstreet Boys.
Get it.
And it is so 90s, that dance. Anyway, we'll have more with all of this. Animal Planet here.
Yes, we do. But first, the severe weather affecting a large part of the country right now. Sam has been tracking it overnight in the Weather Center. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Robin, and good morning, everyone. It has been an incredibly active pattern, and we've got it up for you. 216 storm reports since yesterday. That is more like a spring pattern. You can see just the scope and the size of the area from Iowa all the way down to Louisiana into Texas that's covered here. 14 storm reports in those 14 tornado reports in those extreme storms. 2, 3, 5 inches of rains meant some flooding there, and 2.5-inch hailstones, all very common in this strong, long line of storms that damaged a good part of the country overnight. Our Mike Von Fremd is covering it from Dallas and has more. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Sam. As you know, this storm front stretches all the way from the Canadian border to the Gulf of Mexico. And for folks here in the nation's heartland, it's been a terrifying night.
Oh, man.
This funnel cloud swept across Willard, Missouri as warning sirens blared and people took cover. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, 5,000 were celebrating Oktoberfest. They huddled inside 2 giant tents when it began to pour. The tents were whipped into the air before collapsing on the crowd inside.
People were, I think, just stunned the fact of the tent crashing down. People were inside at the time. It was very chaotic for the individuals.
It came suddenly. There was no warning. There was a little bit of rain, then all of a sudden, boom.
This tent just started going up, and then next thing you know, way up, and then it just comes straight down on top of us.
More than 30 people were injured when the tents collapsed. 21 had to be taken to the hospital, and 1 remains in critical condition. All across Oklahoma and Missouri, wind gusts, some nearly 90 miles an hour, ripped through mobile homes and down power lines.
Screaming and people running.
Oklahoma City was pounded by rain and dime-sized hail. Near Springfield, Missouri, these photographs capture a tornado touching down. It toppled power lines and trees and ripped this home to its foundation. The family and 3 hunting dogs escaped unhurt.
Wife and I are both, we're fine. We'll make it. It's going to be tough, but we'll get through it.
As you know, Sam, this powerful system is sweeping across the country, and folks to the east had best be on alert.
And Mike, it is a very powerful line of storms moving really quickly. This morning, we'll show you a live radar shot. GMA Storm Site Radar active. We're anywhere from Chicagoland through Lexington, also Memphis through Birmingham, Alabama this morning, all getting that line of strong storms that'll stay in this region. These are very, very active. They've got watches and warnings blowing with them. Some heavy rain involved in here. It's going to be hit or miss as it eventually, slowly over the next 24 hours, starts to swing farther east. So, Robin, we have a big, long line of storms that looks very much like a line of spring storms. Powerful clash of very warm air in the southeast against fall trying to get in today.
Sam, you were down in Atlanta earlier this week. You know, the drought all in that region with this water rainfall is now falling, is at least beginning to bring any relief to that region.
Here's the thing, Robin. I mean, we've got the drought map. We'll put that up for you this morning. And again, you can see the southeast in the exceptional category of drought. So much of it there. That area out of these storms late this afternoon into tomorrow will only probably see about a ½ inch of rain. And remember, there are about 16 plus some change inches of rain, drier than normal. So the kind of help that they need is certainly not going to come from one rainfall event. And we're also concerned about the growing drought through North Carolina, also through Virginia. Governors in both those states have already asked for voluntary water restrictions. Robin?
All right, Sam, I know you have the rest of the nation's weather for us coming up, but now Chris has the morning's other major news. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Robin, Diane, and good morning, everyone. President Bush is raising the stakes this morning in a potential showdown with Iran, saying a nuclear Iran could lead to World War III. Our John Hendren has more from the White House.
President Bush uttered 6 words intended to raise international alarm: Iran, nuclear weapons, and World War III.
We got a leader in Iran who has announced that he wants to destroy Israel. So I've told people that if you're interested in avoiding World War III, it seems like you ought to be interested in preventing them from having the knowledge necessary to make a nuclear weapon.
Some analysts say the United States could be standing at the precipice of a new global conflict.
There is, I think, a small but real risk that a nuclear-armed America, a nuclear-armed Israel, and a nuclear-armed Iran could get into a nuclear war with each other.
More likely is a U.S. or Israeli attack and a return to the days of
first you duck, and then you cover.
We get back into that sort of Cold War standoff that we had with the Soviet Union.
This is it. Nuclear combat toe-to-toe with the Ruskies.
President Bush says he and the United States' old Russian adversary are now allies on the need to confront Iran.
We don't agree on a lot of issues. We do agree on some. Iran is one.
The White House has been talking tough on Iran for months, but raising the specter of World War III brings that to a new level. Some analysts suggest this new talk indicates the White House is determined to take action on Iran's nuclear program before President Bush leaves office on January 20th, 2009.
All right, John, appreciate it very much. Thank you. Moving on now, Russian President Vladimir Putin has launched his own verbal attack aimed at President Bush. In Moscow this morning, Putin called the war in Iraq a pointless battle against the Iraqi people and called on the U.S. to set a withdrawal date. He also said Russia is developing new nuclear weapons as part of a military buildup. Pakistan's former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto returned home this morning after years of self-exile. Many see this as the best hope for political stability in Pakistan. Bhutto is running for Prime Minister again and says she'll be an ally to the U.S. and could team up with President Pervez Musharraf to fight terrorism. 2 of the nation's busiest airports have failed a series of bomb screening tests. Undercover agents recently hid mock bombs in their clothes and carry-ons. The results obtained by USA Today found screeners at Los Angeles International Airport missed about 75% of the fake bomb material. 60% went undetected at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. Accused child rapist Chester Stiles made his first court appearance Wednesday, surrounded by armed officers after receiving countless death threats. Stiles did not enter a plea for any of the charges he faces for allegedly taping himself abusing a 3-year-old girl. From Portland, Maine this morning, an update on that story we told you about, middle schoolers getting birth control. Last night, a school committee approved the plan, clearing the way for girls as young as 11 to get a prescription from the school clinic. Only about a dozen protesters showed up at the meeting. And finally, let's call this one the Whale Whisperer. He's a 4-year-old boy in China fearlessly frolicking with his beluga buddy. That is a whale. Yang Yang, that's the boy, not the beluga, has been swimming since he was 1 year old. That's amazing in and of itself. He always wanted to swim with whales. As a gift, the aquarium offered him the chance. The pair will be a star attraction at next year's Olympic Games in China. Look at that. Amazing. News at 7:09.
Ready for the Olympics already.
Amazing. 1 year old.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chris. Time now for the weather, and Sam is still in the Weather Center. Sam?
Good morning, Robin. Good morning, everyone. Again, we're watching this long line of storms continue to fire up very early this morning. Really does look like a spring pattern. Matter Matter of fact, GMA Storm Site Radar will show you in those red boxes are tornado watches that are active until about 10 o'clock Eastern during the morning. This will be the active area, and it's a long line that kind of runs anywhere from Chicago through Indianapolis today, Louisville, and that will take you all the way down south into the Gulf Coast. Mississippi, Alabama, we'll see some rain from that as well. Here's the line that we think is most likely to see some active storms today, the area highlighted in red for you. This area kind of runs from the Great Lakes, call it Michigan, Madison, Wisconsin, Chicago, Indianapolis, all the way into St. Louis and Louisville. We'll see those strong storms, and they could be just as severe as the ones we saw last night. The West Coast continues to be windy in the southwest. The East Coast is waiting for that line of storms to move east during the day tomorrow. That is the weather around the nation. Here's what you can expect this morning.
Good morning. We're still tracking that low pressure area just offshore as it tracks to Vancouver Island and brings some strong wind to our area, gusts of up to 80 miles per hour after 8 a.m. and continuing through the morning for the coast at about 11 a.m. or so for the valley. We could see our gusts up to 45 miles per hour. High temperature today should be 58 degrees here. Quite windy and rainy. Raining through the weekend, but starting to get a break Sunday, and 70s possible for Monday and Tuesday.
Very windy in the northwest this morning. We'll go over that in the next half hour. Diane?
Okay, Sam, thanks. And now more on that outbreak of that so-called superbug. As you know, children across the country were diagnosed with MRSA, a type of staph infection resistant to antibiotics. 21 schools had been closed because of it. Already 3 children have died in Virginia, New Hampshire, and Mississippi, and that's just this week. And so we were flooded with questions from all of you, and we decided to bring in Dr. Lance Fowler, an infectious disease specialist at Duke University, to answer the ones you ask most often, and we thank you, Dr. Fowler. Let me get right to the first question. People wanted you to run through again for them the symptoms that you've been exposed. Can you go through the symptoms for us? Dr. Fowler, we've lost contact with you right now. We're going to bring you back, though, because these are critical questions. Stay with us. We'll get that line up in a minute.
In the meantime, we're going to talk about Ellen DeGeneres and the furor over a 4-month-old puppy named Iggy. Ellen adopted the dog, but later gave it away when it didn't get along with her cat. She said she even worked with a trainer to try and help Iggy get along with the cats, but it didn't happen. And so then she gave the dog to her hairdresser, and that was the move that set off a firestorm of debate over pet adoption and how strict the rules really ought to be. And Chris has been taking a look for this.
And Robin, look, the fact is Ellen did sign a contract, and when you do that, you have to live by the terms of that contract. But now you have critics talking about what the purpose of pet adoption is in the first place. Is it to keep a contract or to break a little girl's heart?
All I want right now is to get my dog back.
A little girl caught in the middle of a big controversy. 12-year-old Ruby is speaking out for the first time about what happened the day Mutts and Moms came to take her pup Iggy away.
I was extremely upset, and my parents were extremely upset, and it was very, very scary.
Rip the tags off the dog so that the tags...
As this just-released video shows, Ellen tried to comfort Ruby after the pup was removed.
I want my dog back.
You're going to get your dog back.
Barely 48 hours after her emotional monologue on national TV.
I'm begging them to give that dog back to that family. I just want the family to have the dog. It's not their fault. It's my fault.
The Iggy issue has become a national debate over animal adoption. Do the rules which prevented the family from keeping Iggy make it too difficult for the average person to adopt an animal? Some say having severe restrictions will limit adoption.
I don't ask a million questions because I'd rather see someone take that dog than a dog be put to sleep.
But other private animal rescues disagree.
We're very strict. We turn down many applications. It sometimes causes some hurt feelings, but in our opinion, it's most important to protect the dogs.
The National ASPCA, which has received support from DeGeneres in the past, says Mutts and Moms made a mistake.
If you're going to over-screen people, you're going to scare them away.
On her show, which will air today, Ellen issued a final plea on Iggy's behalf.
I think that this is the last time I'm talking about this, unless I am lucky enough to say one day to you, Iggy has returned. But as of today, as I'm talking to you, Iggy has not been returned, and in fact, I think we were told that it was given to another home. Unfortunately, Ruby, the little girl, doesn't want another dog. She wants Iggy. It's not a toy that's broken that you can replace. It's you know, a dog.
And of course, the goal here is to join a dog that needs a home with a little kid or a family that wants to give that pet that. It's a big problem. We have millions of pets that don't have homes. You got to look beyond the contract, look at the policy involved. And I think when a rational mind looks at this, that's where they'll come down. But there's so much emotion in this situation now. People are going to be worried about how to act.
Oh, so much emotion on both sides, and with our viewers as well. It was a hot topic on the message board. Chris, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
All right. Now, you both have heard the surprising announcement this week by Lynn Cheney, wife of the vice president, that her husband and Senator Barack Obama are distant relatives, eighth cousins to be specific, which got us wondering about all the ways we might all be connected. So ABC's David Wright went climbing around some family trees.
Here's the story of a man named Cheney, who it turns out is related to Barack Obama. That's the claim of Lynn Cheney, who discovered the vice president's ninth cousin once removed while researching her new book.
I'm not particularly surprised.
Harvard professor Steven Pinker has done extensive research on genealogy and has uncovered plenty of other odd couples.
George Bush, it turns out, is related not only to his opponent, John Kerry, but to his previous opponent, Al Gore. George Bush is also related to Queen Elizabeth.
As well as Richard Nixon and Ernest Hemingway. The genetic code is even more convoluted than the Da Vinci Code.
Tom Hanks, who starred in the Da Vinci Code, turns out to be related to a number of the historic characters that feature in the Da Vinci Code, including William the Conqueror and William Shakespeare.
Some of Pinker's pairings have the air of poetic justice.
Paris Hilton, it turns out, is related to fellow celebrity jailbirds Zsa Zsa Gabor and G. Gordon Liddy.
According to Pinker, it's just simple math.
Everyone's pedigree merges into everyone else's pedigree. So if you go back far enough, everyone is related.
My cousin, Lisa Marie Presley.
So that's how the Queen of Talk is the cousin of the King's daughter. As for Obama and Cheney,
has your approval rating dropped since you're related?
I am okay with it. Yeah. You know, now I don't want to be invited to the family hunting party.
Right. You are.
For Good Morning America, David Wright, ABC News, Washington.
So that got us thinking. What about the four of us? And so Ancestry.com, they helped us. You want to do honors first with the guy here?
You,
me?
Yes, are related to Richard Nixon.
Yeah, there's this
really, is there? You look alike and you sound a lot alike sometimes when you hedge on the weather a little bit.
But no, there is.
Really?
Trace that back. No kidding.
Are you kidding?
Richard Nixon, Milhouse. Does the name Milhouse mean anything?
No, nothing in the family. So how far back does that?
Far back.
Far.
Okay. Far back.
They said that they're not 100% certain, but virtually certain. So
and I choose to believe it.
And my friend here, do you know the lineage? Okay. Helen Keller. Helen Keller is a distant relative of Miss Sawyer.
Keller. I'm honored. I really am. I'm gonna go get that and hope that I have some of those genes still. Anyway, well, thank you.
We were saying, I know we were saying.
We're all family, but we're more pure blood.
Just thought you all would like to know that.
Thank you very much.
And thanks to our friends at Ancestry.com for helping us with that.
Yeah, and now we are going to turn to that whole question of sleeping behind the wheel with a driver. We've never seen the likes of this before, caught on tape. A recent nationwide poll found that 37% of all adult drivers have fallen asleep while behind the wheel. You're about to see a videotape of one of them who went 30 miles. ABC's Bianca Golodriga has that.
They have got to get someone out here. Holy cow, this is scary.
Take a look at this video. It may look like a drunk driver weaving in and out of traffic, but it's actually a sleepy driver's behavior all caught on tape. Now take another look. Yes, she's asleep. Having just narrowly avoided a collision with this erratic driver, Christian and Denise Pruitt quickly grabbed their video camera.
As you can see here, she's asleep.
This was just too unbelievable not to record. The Pruitts called the state patrol to report the incident.
The car is a tan Toyota 4Runner. I'm still following. I keep a pretty decent distance. She's accelerating a little.
The couple say they followed the driver for more than 30 miles at speeds of up to 70 miles per hour as she dozed in and out of sleep.
They're having to get over into the shoulder. This is crazy, and no cops are coming.
She was eventually pulled over. Miraculously, no one was hurt. Other drivers have not been so lucky. Each year, drowsy driving claims more than 1,500 lives and causes at least 100,000 crashes in the United States, leading many politicians to push for new laws making drowsy driving a felony. New Jersey is the only state where such a law exists. Drowsy driving-related fatalities are treated as motor vehicle homicide, resulting in prison terms of up to 15 years and fines of up to $5,000. Massachusetts is currently examining a similar bill. Whether drowsy drivers should be punished as severely as drunk drivers is debatable. Their consequences, however, are not. The driver in that video was cited for reckless driving. Now, she told police that she was sleep deprived, and later state troopers in Colorado commended the Pruitts for tracking that driver the way they did. The number one thing is do not drive more than 100 miles without taking a break.
100 miles,
Yeah.
that's sort of the benchmark. Okay, thanks, Bianna. And coming up in our next half hour, we will answer your questions about that new superbug. We'll be talking to the doctor at Duke. And also, it turns out, what a change. Some bosses now endorse romance at the office. Why? You'll be surprised.
I work in the movies.
It's Monty?
Later. I'm a kind of star, I guess. I live in Hollywood, but I work on Broadway in New York. Thank you. In Tombstone, Arizona. A part of South America you might not have heard of. Hi. Hi, Klaus. And London, England. Hi, I'm in the middle of something. Hi. So I need a network that works where I live. A place called Holly Yorkazona, South of Maryland.
Monty.
Monty, what's the deal?
The new AT&T works in more places like Holly Yorkazona, South of Maryland.
Where are we on the fall fashion events?
Shimmering metallics, trendy jackets.
Save big at Burlington Coat Factory's must-have event.
How do you afford those brands on what I pay you? Burlington Coat Factory.
Everything department stores have except the prices.
So, despite the positive sales indicated here, you should have all got the memo. Pipperman, is there something you want to share with us?
Campbell's microwavable soup. Good to go.
This child is all I care about. I'm gonna bring her home.
From the author of Mystic River, Time Magazine raves. It's a tightly wound thriller that keeps you guessing. You'll be talking about this movie for days. Gone Baby Gone, rated R, tomorrow.
Want the new, clean, and easy way to get rid of that cold sore fast? Think fast. Think Abreva, the new Abreva pump. Other products just soothe. Abreva goes deep in the skin to help heal cold sores from the inside out. Think fast. Think new. The new Abreva pump.
Dudley, Irwin, Newberg, Gonzalez, Brown, Anderson, Taylor, and Stein. Every time we print our name, we're using a ton of ink. So, to save money, we're abbreviating it.
Or we could use the easy button.
Save 20 to 40% on ink. Rewards Restock Recycle at Staples. What's the difference between having fun and having none? The Midas Touch Maintenance Package. An oil change, tire rotation, and 45-point courtesy check. Just $29.95. Be safe.
Trust the Midas Touch.
This is K2 News on your side.
And good morning, everybody. We're at 7:22. I'm Carl Click along with Rhonda Shelby. Let's take a look at our morning news, which, of course, is weather-related. K2 Storm Tracker weather team is tracking a fall storm that is headed our direction today. The coast will probably get the highest winds from this storm. On your sides, Jeff Yeager is in Oceanside near Tillamook this morning. Jeff, what's happening now?
Well, Carl, winds are starting to get much stronger out here this morning. From what we understand, it's already reached high tide, so the water is at a very high level. There could be some coastal flooding in some areas, but as we're anticipating, winds getting up as high as 80 miles an hour from what we've just seen in the past few minutes. The highest gusts I've been able to record with my wind gauge is about 17 miles an hour, but you can see the waves out here just along the coastline, very high, very strong winds expected. And of course, there could be some big dangers, trees falling over, power lines being knocked down. Of course, a very large concern for a number of people living out here. But for many living out here, this is just another day on the coast, just a bit breezier. But again, winds could get upwards of 80 miles an hour, and we will keep on top of this story and bring you any developments throughout the day. Reporting live in Oceanside, Jeff Yeager, K2 News.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. We'll turn it over to Rhonda real quick. She knows the specifics.
That too. Yes, we do know the specifics of what's happening. We are going to also see some heavy rain with all this too. Already almost a quarter of an inch picked up in the valley just in the last 4 or 5 hours. Let's take a look at where this storm is tracking right now. The Inn at Spanish Head Resort Hotel
camera in Lincoln City. You can see the camera blowing around there because the Central Oregon coast has picked up 50 to 55 mile-per-hour gusts just in the last 30 minutes. So the storm is beginning to ramp up a bit. And as we look on the satellite radar picture, there's the position of the low-pressure area right now as it tracks toward Vancouver Island. Look at the wind gusts we picked up so far at Newport, 55 miles per hour, 45 North Bend, Coos Bay, and eventually as it moves northward, the north coast will get some stronger winds. Portland has had a 29 mile-per-hour wind gust already. I don't expect our stronger winds to come until after 11 a.m. Coastal areas between 8 and 3 p.m., but you know there is a high wind warning there and a wind advisory for us. Our high temperature 58 degrees. And it looks like, Carl, we could be looking at more rain tomorrow into Saturday before things dry out, and we could even hit 70s by Monday.
Gonna be a busy day.
Yes, it will be.
Okay, stay with us. We're going to have an update on your traffic in just a moment. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to Lazy Boy.
Hi, I hear you sell sofas and stuff.
Yep, we're not just recliners.
My living room is not so comfortable.
Why don't you try this?
Hey, buddy.
Comfort. It's what we do. The Leather Sale. Come in now for comfortable financing. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries.
This is K2 on your side. If you're in one of these locations, you may be able to receive a clearer signal by tuning to one of these UHF channels.
In order to give you more time to do the things you need to do, Beaverton Honda is now offering an Instant SOS to all of our customers. The Instant SOS is a Sanity one-sheet that has all of the information you need, including the price, payment, finance options, as well as information on your trade, and it's available within minutes of selecting your car. So if you have more important things to do than spending hours or days at a car dealership, and really, what isn't more important than spending hours or days at a car dealership? Come to Beaverton Honda on Canyon Road in downtown Beaverton today.
Typical Washington. Political games, business as usual, gridlock. Powerful insurance companies lobby to keep billions in excess Medicare payments that seriously threatens your health care. If doctors are forced to downsize their practices and Medicare premiums rise even higher, how will you get the care you need? Tell your senators to support your interests, not special interests. Tell them no to increasing premiums, no to threatening your access to doctors.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday morning. It's wet and slow going on several Portland area freeways. I-5 southbound slow from Main Street through Delta Park. We'll give you a live look outside right now. Here you can see it. Slowing continues from Lombard to going and northbound through the curves. Banfield slow from Gateway into I-5. And on the west side, it's slow from 217 into 405. That's your look at Beat the Traffic.
More news, weather, and traffic in a half an hour. Stay with us.
I spent September on a billboard announcing our giant new store on Grand Avenue.
Morning. Morning. How you doing today?
Now our selection is one of the biggest in the whole country, and everything's on sale.
Low price guarantee, express installation, dial 503 carpets.
Most of the people we built the M-Class for will never drive across the desert.
Most people will never need windshield wipers that perform at Autobahn speeds.
Most people will never make a mountain rescue.
We'll never need the strength of over 5,000 welds or scale a 70% slope.
But the truth is, some will.
And knowing that, we cannot engineer anything less.
Anything less.
Anything less.
Anything less.
Than a true Mercedes-Benz.
Than a true Mercedes-Benz.
How big is Sleep Country's biggest sale of the year?
It's really, really big.
With more mattresses on sale than any other time of the year, the big mattress sale going on now.
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
Take a good look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart.
Introducing Smart Balance Butter Blend Stick. Smart thinking for baking and cooking. Measure it, blend it. 50% butter, 50% Smart Balance. Part of the Smart Balance food plan. Our new Butter Blend Stick. It's all about balance.
Put a little love in your heart.
At Town & Country Dodge, menu value pricing is back. MVP takes the guesswork out of buying your new Dodge. You'll receive the invoice document with our menu price so you can make an informed decision. It's hassle-free. You've done your research. With TNC's menu value pricing, you'll know and never have to guess. Check out the great vehicles and incentives, plus menu value pricing at Town & Country Dodge in Wilsonville. You most definitely will drive home happy.
K2 News is on your side, asking tough questions.
We're just trying to understand how $8,000 worth of damage would be done to a car when he's just trying to park it.
Are you charging people in the second round if they make it to the second round?
Sir, I will talk to you when I'm finished.
Why was this stuff still on the shelves?
Could you have taken it upon yourselves to remove those animals?
Police have been here 116 times in the past year. Any idea why?
I have no comment.
K2 News on your side. K2 News, voted best newscast by the Associated Press.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
Oh, we couldn't wait to let you see them. We promised you pint-sized pigs. You get pint-sized pigs. They are the new lapdog. That's what they are. And we're going to go to England, hear more about them. They answer to their own names. Yep. Size of a teacup. Size of a teacup with little teeny tongues, as we've seen. And you'll hear about the wonders of these little pigs coming up. Good morning, America, again. I'm Diane Sawyer.
And I'm Robin Roberts. Also this morning, romance at work. Now, they used to say, never get your honey where you get your money.
Did they say that?
Yeah, never get your honey where you get your... They used to say that, but now more and more people are mixing business and pleasure, I kid you not, often with the boss's blessing, actually encouraging this. We'll take a look.
Right. The boss likes it. Why? But first, we want to go back to that outbreak of the so-called superbug. As we mentioned, children across the country being diagnosed with it, and you have been writing us lots of questions. We're going to return now to Dr. Vance Fowler, and he is an infectious disease specialist, and he's on the phone this morning. And thank you for joining us in our primitive technology, but we can hear you now. We're excited.
Glad to be here, and thank you for the invitation.
All right. Number one question we were asked, the symptoms that you have been exposed. Go through the symptoms again for us.
You bet. For community-associated MRSA, in essence, think skin. So boils, abscesses, pimples, these are the vast majority of these community-associated infections. Now, rarely, but occasionally, the infection can spread into the bloodstream, and so symptoms like fever, chills, flu-like symptoms would mark the fact that the organism may well have spread. But
so
for the vast majority of these infections, think skin.
Yeah, skin infections. And in fact, I know you told us earlier that sometimes people mistake them for spider bites. So look at something you may think is a spider bite and question it. Second question we have here. Can you get it through somebody sneezing on you, somebody coughing, or do you have to touch them?
Sure, great question, and the answer is no. It's not transmitted by sneezing or coughing. This is typically transmitted by direct person-to-person contact.
We also have a viewer email. Are those who have taken a lot of antibiotics in the past, and some children even have, as we know, most vulnerable, most susceptible?
Well, that's an excellent question. There are a variety of things that make persons at higher risk for infections in general and infections with MRSA in particular. One of them includes antibiotics, and other risk factors for these infections are prior infections with MRSA and, of course, healthcare contact.
Now, everybody's told to wash their hands, and we saw them swabbing down the schools. Is that going to take care of it if you really do use disinfectant in the schools? Is that going to conquer it?
Well, it's a good question, and it's important to remember that Staph aureus has been with us as a species for millennia, for thousands and thousands of years. Remember, Ms. Sawyer, that about 25% of us in the public carry Staph aureus with us, completely asymptomatically, completely without symptoms, at any time. So this, in terms of eliminating it, I think that's a big challenge.
Right, but at least if you swab down the schools, you are preventing the most vulnerable from coming in so much contact with it.
Presumably, yes.
Okay, well, thank you again so much, Doctor, and thanks for phoning.
Certainly.
You can always
Thanks
call
a
us
lot.
at the office. Thank you.
Thanks,
Okay.
see you.
Our bill or his bill? Who's getting the phone
That's
bill for
right.
that?
All right, let's go to the weather and Sam.
Good morning, Diane, Robin. Good morning, everyone. We've covered some of the strong storms that are still kicking this morning, anywhere from Indiana through Lexington, Louisville, well into Tennessee. We've got a brand new storm system moving on the west coast. And remember the dust storms we showed you just yesterday from the day before, where 4 people were killed and dozens injured in a car pileup just north of L.A. This gusty wind will continue today. These are pictures from how it looked in that area yesterday. It's dry, it's windy. There's a brand new system that moves it. By the way, there are wind advisories in Southern California, and this is a new system that comes on shore in the northwest. So Seattle to Portland, you have some wind advisories and high wind watches out for there as well. Expect those wind gusts of 45 miles per hour plus. This is the line of storms we're watching with great interest today because it will have some large hail, some gusty winds, some very heavy downpours of rain, and the possibility extends today for 1 or 2 more tornadoes to develop, and particularly in the areas we're showing in red, from Madison to Lansing to Chicago to Indianapolis to Louisville. Some of the storms in the western line have calmed down a bit. They will really fire up eastern line of this area today, and then this line of storms continues to move to the east coast during the day tomorrow. That's the weather around the nation. Here's what you can expect this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rhonda Shelby. A high wind warning in effect for the coast today. Gusts of up to 80 miles per hour. 50s all around the region. Windy most places and rainy for the next 24 hours.
And that weather report was brought to you by Veramist. Diane?
Okay, Sam, thanks. Coming up next, romance in the workplace. Why some bosses now say, go ahead, it's great. Huh? Why?
I thought that was great.
Imagine taking just one medicine for seasonal allergies.
New Veramist nasal spray.
One medicine that treats all my nasal symptoms and eye symptoms. And does it all with a gentle, fine mist.
Veramist is the kind of medicine that works on a whole range of chemicals that lead to your allergy symptoms. For best results, use once daily. Side effects may include nosebleed or nasal sores. Nasal fungal infection, glaucoma, or cataracts may occur.
Ask your doctor about new Veramist for seasonal allergy symptoms. The power of one.
My wife, Martha, she's not exactly a morning person, so I replaced her old coffee maker with a new brew station. Good morning, sunshine. Made you a fresh pot of coffee with our new brew station from Hamilton Beach. Look, one-hand dispensing, so you just push and enjoy. Hamilton Beach's enclosed brewing system with gentle heating and thermal insulated tank keep your coffee fresh for hours, ensuring that your last cup is as delicious as your first.
Go online to take advantage of a limited time offer.
Michael, how do we get you on the fast track to success?
Well, the track he's into now is full of rolling, popping balls. On the Play School Busy Ball Popper. Play School. Believe in play.
What are your goals, Connor? Is college in your future?
What's in Connor's future right now is chugging along with his Play School Busy Ball Choo-Choo.
Flashcards?
Play School. Believe in play.
Now Avon unlocks the protein of youth. Introducing a new Ultimate Night Cream. A breakthrough designed to activate skin's youth protein. Advanced signs of aging start to diminish in just 4 weeks. Call your Avon representative for a brochure and say hello tomorrow.
Honey, I need you to take the trash out. Oh, and later, we need to give the dog a bath. And after that, we can go to Home Depot.
Let's just go now.
Right now at the Home Depot, get basic carpet installation by licensed professionals for just $159 for one room. Or get carpet installation for every room in your house for just $199, no matter how many rooms you have.
The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Got too much on your plate to think about what should go on your plate? Drink Ensure, a source of complete balanced nutrition. So when you can't eat right, eat smart. Now Ensure has a new taste that's more delicious than ever.
We have breaking news. Finally, there's a solution to losing weight without being hungry. The USDA has developed a revolutionary product called Control Trim that increases fullness.
And it's all natural, safe. It's exclusively at LA Weight Loss.
I've lost 53 pounds, and now with Control Trim and new low prices, losing weight at LA Weight Loss will be easier than ever.
You're one phone call away from losing weight. Call 1-800-LA6-SLIM.
Starting Monday morning, travel with Robin Roberts and First Lady Laura Bush across the globe on a mission to help women. An unprecedented trip into some of the most mysterious kingdoms in the Middle East, helping women with the issues we all face, from breast cancer and health to family life to work. Only on Good Morning America, starting Monday.
It used to be the ultimate no-no, but as first reported in the New York Times style section, the no romance at work rule is being broken more than ever. Even colleagues are playing Cupid. But is it really a good idea? Love on company time is getting mixed performance reviews.
Mr. Cleaver.
It can start with something as innocent as an inter-office email. But sometimes what seems like harmless flirting on the job can blossom into a lifetime of love.
I was interested in her, and she started, thinking about me.
Sarah Kay and Matt Lax worked together at the Jewish Community Center in Manhattan for 3 months before they made a love connection.
I didn't have like a, oh no, Monday's here, because like Monday just meant more time with Matt.
Their courtship took center stage at the office. Stolen glances, lunch dates, and constant email.
We sent an enormous amount of emails to each other.
After 2 years of dating, Matt even proposed to Sarah at the office.
You hear this advice about dating in the office, like if you're going to be stupid enough to date in the office, you should be discreet.
Sarah and Matt's boss encouraged their romance, and they are not the only ones in their office who found love in a cubicle.
I know about at least 4 marriages that have occurred among people who are working here.
Historically, corporations have had strict policies against inter-office romance, but with more and more young single people in the modern workplace, managers are easing up on those rules.
Asking them not to date would be impossible, and in fact, not helpful to creating the kind of culture that we want here.
A recent survey finds that nearly 50% of the workforce says they have dated a coworker, and fewer than ever are keeping their love lives secret. Still, there is no question that sweet trips to the water cooler can turn sour if things fall apart.
This thing with us is finished.
Finally.
But Sarah and Matt are thankful that their workplace let them earn the ultimate bonus.
It's rare in life that you don't have to compartmentalize between work and play. We're lucky to have an environment that allows us to be ourselves.
How sweet. GMA Workplace contributor Tori Johnson joins us now. Okay, that's the upside. We saw all the upside, but we know the downside can not only break your heart, but even hurt your career, maybe?
That's right. In a perfect world, we spend so much time at work, we would find love in the hallways or love in the next apartment, better than online dating and blind dates. But the reality is that the downside can, as you said, be daunting. And if you knew that those, kisses in the cubicle could cost you your paycheck, you'd probably think twice before just embarking on it willy-nilly.
Okay, so what should you consider if you're thinking about doing this?
The first thing is really knowing your company policy. There are some company policies right now that are, in a sense, are evolving because many workplaces do recognize that employees don't want the boss telling them who they can and can't go out with. But in other cases, policies are firm, and it's no dating, no relationships among colleagues. As you know, the CEO of Boeing lost his job because of a relationship with an employee. So you want to definitely know what the company policy is before you just go down that path. You also want to consider your colleagues. When you align yourself with that one person, you want to make sure that you're not alienating everybody else and driving a wedge between you, your significant other, and the rest of the department. So consider the relationship that you have with your colleagues, and then also consider potential conflict that could arise with this person that you are going out with, because no relationship is perfect, and sometimes in the workplace, problems that crop up are magnified. So when you're with somebody, in a sense, 24/7, how are you going to deal with those conflicts when they come up at work?
And emails, you got to be really careful with emails, don't you?
Absolutely. I think this is one of the most important, because the reality is most emails are being monitored. And so before you send those hot and heavy little, love misses to that person, you want to make sure that you realize the boss is probably reading it.
Oh, always.
Absolutely.
No, if you're like, that's all good advice, great advice. But if someone's listening to you and going, yeah, Tori, but we're Romeo and Juliet, we're Dustin, this is the one. How do you avoid that unhappy ending?
First is try to keep it discreet. You want to really be professional. And in that regard, I say, you know, as soon as you start having that crush or start dating somebody, you don't have to let anybody know in the office. Sometimes we say don't let everybody know, but I say don't let anybody know. Because when you let one person know, everybody finds out. And what winds up happening is if it fizzles, you then have to go through the embarrassment and the headache of, revealing the breakup. So you definitely want to really keep it as discreet, professional, no canoodling. No matter how much you are in love, the coworkers don't want to see that.
All right. Thanks so much, Tori. We appreciate that. If you've ever dated a coworker, go to our website and let us know all about it. These little piggies are coming up.
Introducing the all-new all-wheel drive Subaru Impreza with audio and video inputs, a 170 horsepower engine, and a starting price under 17 grand. The Subaru Impreza, 4 doors, 5 doors, and unlimited possibilities.
The all-new 2008 Subaru Impreza, well equipped at $16,995.
Now the heartburn-stopping strength of Zantac also comes with a refreshing hint of cool mint. New maximum strength Zantac 150 Cool Mint tablets. Heartburn? Attack it. Zantac.
When marimba rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me, sway with me.
This Halloween, give the perfect treat. Walt Disney Pictures presents
Lewis, knock him down.
Meet the Robinsons. Own it on Disney DVD and in high def only on Blu-ray October 23rd.
Her bread always came from her oven. Her pot roast took all day. That's how grandmas show their love. Marie Callender's does it with the flaky crust and juicy white meat in her chicken pot pies. Marie Callender's.
Know what's unfair? When you realize all those little lines and spots weren't around yesterday. So I use L'Oreal's Advanced Revitalift Complete Lotion. In just 2 weeks, advanced anti-wrinkle and firming action. New evenness, all in a lightweight lotion. L'Oreal's Advanced Revitalift Complete Lotion.
Maria Davis for Bristol-Myers Squibb.
I'm infected with a love for music and the idea of myself on stage at 75. I'm infected with pride in my children and the need to speak out. I'm infected with the belief that I will be here for all of that. I'm infected with HIV.
Your will, our medicines. Together we can fight the serious diseases. Bristol-Myers Squibb. Together we can prevail.
Of these 50 kids, tobacco companies will convince 27 to smoke. 23 will become addicted, and 8 will die from smoking. That's why tobacco companies are spending $10 million to confuse voters about Measure 50. 50 denies them young smokers to replace smokers who die, funds health care for over 100,000 uninsured kids, and protects the money in the Constitution. So lobbyists and politicians can't spend it on anything but health care. Vote yes on 50.
I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high, pretty bubbles in the air.
Shower your skin in luxury with our richest blend of cream and natural oil. Discover Dove Cream Oil Body Washes for velvety, soft skin. The ultimate moisture from Dove.
We can't wait. I can't wait. The teeny little celebrities we told you about earlier in the week. The pint-sized pigs are joining us live this morning, along with Chris Murray, who is the farmer who took 9 years to breed them. And he's joining us from Pennywell Farm in England. Good morning to you, Chris. Introduce us.
If I just check the gender, but that's Sam. And that one, oh, wrong one there, sorry. That's Diane.
Oh!
And That's the one. That's Robin.
All right.
It's a pretty pig right there.
Thank you very much.
And then you've got a neat little one here. That's Chris.
Oh.
Look at that. That's rough.
Truly the size of a teacup when they're born. These are now 2 weeks old. And eventually they'll be like spaniels, just lap dogs, basically, right?
That's right. Yeah, they'll become lap pigs, really. They'll grow the size of a spaniel. And the nice thing about them is they can be house-trained. They're full of character. They're very intelligent. You can have a meaningful time with them. And they relate to the world better than most human beings.
Are they well behaved? Can we really keep them around the house?
Oh, yes, absolutely. The only problem is that when they go on the settee, there's less room for you and me. But they like actually human company.
And you
But the great thing about the pig is they are very clean. Yes. Sorry?
Right, and you say they can be house-trained. Are these already house-trained?
Oh, yes, they are house-trained. All you need is a big cat flap. And, you know, something the size of a dog can go through, a spaniel. And they will go outside to do their lavatory.
Will they come at the sound of their name?
Oh, yes, they will do. But like most training, it's all cupboard love. You know, you just hold a little nut up and they'll come along. And, but they will come to their name. Once they get used to you, and once they're gisted or they know where home is, they'll come to name because they'll always associate you with nice things.
All right. Well, we'd love to see them run free in all that beautiful land that you have there, Chris.
Here we go. They go for little walkers because that little piggy might go wee, wee, wee all the way home. It could be a rasher moment because some of them might want roast beef. And I tell you what, these little pigs, especially Tetley, has caused quite a storm in a teacup. He really does. That's the smallest one. He's the little heroine. He's our next boar.
Oh, my goodness.
That is just cute.
Chris, I heard that you told the wife.
This is the small.
You said to the wife, honey, I shrunk the pigs. Is that what you told her?
Yeah, well, I always think that American film, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And, of course, the excitement is to get a mini pig. And people relate to them hugely, you know. When we have visitors here, it's not just children, but we get adults wanting to sit and vibe with the children to cuddle a pig, and they'll spend up to an hour or more just cuddling a pig. And the pigs actually go to sleep in your arms. If you tickle their tummies, oh, they love it. If you tickle a pig's tummy, they get quite soporific.
Oh, they are adorable. Well, Chris Murray, thank you very much for sharing. Diane is very happy now. She's been quite satisfied. Thank you. All right, we'll get one named after you after all, Sam. Don't worry about that. Don't
Whatever.
Still to come here on Good Morning America. Are you tired all the time, out of energy, sluggish? Oprah says that. She even drags sometimes. So we'll tell you why that is and how you can stay on the go when we come back.
I was not alone. 25% of perimenopause.
Good Morning America's Around the Water Cooler is brought to you by your neighborhood Kmart.
That should do it. Enjoy your new shower. We've been to Georgia, Tennessee, country western shopping spree.
Derby Day, sweet tea. Do you like this hat on me?
Quality and friendly faces. Hey, we saw you at the races.
Hard to leave this cozy bed. Perfect for our sleepy heads.
Open mic, Bourbon Street. Thank you, folks. I'm here all week.
Where to next? Let me see. How about exit 33? This fall, stay at Quality, Comfort Inn, Comfort Suites, Sleep Inn, or Clarion Hotels. After 2 separate stays, you'll earn a free night with Choice privileges. For reservations, visit choicehotels.com. Choice Hotels. We'll see you there.
Don't hold back. Express yourself by asking your doctor about Botox Cosmetic. Visit BotoxCosmetic.com. Get some of your toughest questions answered about the one, the only Botox Cosmetic. It's all about freedom of expression.
What if someone you loved just disappeared?
What we're doing is saving lives.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Reese Witherspoon, Peter Sarsgaard with Alan Arkin and Meryl Streep.
Tell me exactly what it is. My husband's done.
Rendition, rated R, starts Friday only in theaters.
For my skin, I see a dermatologist and a nutritionist every day.
Nutrition East Ultra Lift, Garnier's first anti-wrinkle cream with dermatological nutrients to effectively lift wrinkles.
And that's very uplifting.
Nutrition East Ultra Lift.
Garnier.
No, I'm not going to go through it line by line, but have you ever actually looked at this thing? I mean, account research fee, $32, deposit verification, $12. Are these even actual terms? It's like someone spent their entire day thinking of ways to nickel and dime us.
Why are you looking at me? I told you not to do it. I thought we had an understanding. How many times do we have to have this conversation? I'm not sitting in timeout for you again. Nope, it's not gonna work this time.
Time to get your carpet cleaned? Call today about our 119 special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets carpet cleaner.
In order to give you more time to do the things you need to do, Beaverton Honda is now offering an Instant SOS to all of our customers. The Instant SOS is a Sanity one-sheet that has all of the information you need, including the price, payment, finance options, as well as information on your trade, and it's available within minutes of selecting your car. So if you have more important things to do than spending hours or days at a car dealership, and really, what isn't more important than spending hours or days at a car dealership? Come to Beaverton Honda on Canyon Road in downtown Beaverton today.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Charles Schwab. We're taking the sting out of investing. Talk to Chuck. Charles Schwab.
ABC Thursday is all news. At 8 on an all-new Ugly Betty. A secret so shocking.
Oh my God.
Someone's career is...
Off the floor, Mark. No, your instincts were right. Fall again.
And on Grey's Anatomy, while some doctors fight for life,
What the hell are you doing to my niece?
others
Cafeteria, noon. Be there.
will fight for love.
Go.
Thursday's all news starting tonight at 8/7 Central on ABC.
Afraid of energy bills? Stop being afraid. Carrier's Infinity system is the most energy-efficient heating and cooling system. It automatically adjusts for peak efficiency, saving you money. Carrier, turn to the experts.
To find out how you can get up to $1,200 in rebates, call MetFab Heating at 360-892-9542.
Got your feedback on the presentation. Everyone loved the thinking.
I downloaded the sales video. Good stuff.
Get work done on your terms with Quest Mobile Broadband.
The whole office needs this.
Introducing the Mobile Broadband Unlimited plan for $59.99 per month when you bundle with Quest High-Speed Internet.
Think I'll work from the park tomorrow.
Call 800-242-5000. That's our spirit of service.
There's a new star in town. Thanks to revolutionary control trim, it's LA Weight Loss, the biggest star in town. Control trim helps increase fullness, it's all natural, heart healthy, and it's exclusively at LA Weight Loss.
Control trim works great before meals, and it helps me feel satisfied a lot faster, which is awesome.
So with LA Weight Loss and Control Trim, you can't go wrong.
You're one phone call away from losing weight. Call 1-800-526-SLIM today.
Find the best savings of the year now at Valley RV Center, like this 2007 Discovery 39-foot over 25% off. And pick a key and win an RV. See it now at Chinook Winds Casino Resort. Valley RV Center, just 1 mile west of McMinnville on Highway 18.
K2 News, voted best newscast by the Associated Press.
This is K2 News on your side.
And good morning, everybody. Along with Rhonda Shelby, I'm Carl Click. It is now
What we got here? 7:58. Let's take a look at our local news for you. K2's Storm Tracker weather team is keeping an eye on this storm going for you this morning. We're hoping to avoid scenes like this one last night. The weather is at least partially to blame for knocking over a tree that took some power lines with it on Cornelius Pass Road in northwest Portland. We're told that scene is cleared up right now. You do, though, want to expect high winds and rain later today. We'll have more on that for you in just a couple of seconds. Also today, Governor Kulongoski and Mayor Tom Potter are going to meet at a mock radiation detection center today, a part of this week's terrorism drill. And following that tour, they're going to join U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Michael Chertoff and give an update on Oregon's progress in the drill that's going on this week. Let's get you some traffic news. It's wet out there and busy. Here's Lauren.
It sure is. Good morning. Slow going on several Portland area freeways. We have an accident to tell you about 205 northbound. That's at Market Street. It's blocking 2 right lanes and traffic already stacked up to Sunnyside. Take a live look outside right now as we're seeing it. You can see the police vehicles there and emergency vehicles blocking the 2 right lanes. We'll show you that the delays are already happening. Traffic stacked up, as I said, here past Sunnyside. I-5 southbound slow going from 78th down through Delta Park, and northbound slow from Lake Oswego up through the curves. That's your look at traffic.
Thanks, Lauren. And as we've been talking about, we've got that storm system on the way. Let's take a look at what to expect as far as wind gusts. The latest wind gusts, 64 miles per hour now. So wind starting to pick up in Newport, and we'll see that wind gusting to about 80 miles per hour up on the north and central coast later today. Here in the valley, 45 mile per hour gusts and raining all along. We'll see that rain continuing into about Saturday, and then we'll get some clearing, folks. High of 70 for Monday.
On those massive storms that rip through the middle of the country, tornadoes, flooding, giant hail. Sam has the latest from the Weather Center. Plus, it's a problem plaguing millions of women, even Oprah. This morning, we have the secret to beating those sluggish days and regaining your energy for good. And toxic toys, we've all heard of the lead dangers, but how do you know if there are dangerous toys in your child's toy chest? A GMA consumer alert every parent should see.
Live from Times Square, this is Good Morning America with Diane Sawyer and Robin Roberts.
Good morning again, Diane Sawyer here. Welcome back.
On this Thursday morning, October 18th. And coming up, ladies, we have Ben Affleck, who will be here this morning. His new movie is getting a lot of Oscar buzz, and this is the first time that he has directed a movie, and his little brother Casey was here yesterday. What is it like to be able to work with your brother like that? So we got Casey's side of the story yesterday. Right. We'll get Ben's today.
Big Brother is the director, and coming up, 30 dates in 30 days. These are women as old as 43. 43. I said
not
as old
as please.
Right. As 43, who are looking for the right person to date, and online viewers or emailers are telling them whom to date, what to wear, what to do on the date, guiding them through it. 30 dates in 30 days, and that's coming up too. But we'll go back to Chris with the news.
All right, thank you, Diane, and good morning again, everyone. Cleanup begins today in the Midwest after a string of nasty storms ripped through the region. More than a dozen twisters touched down, toppling power lines and damaging buildings. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, winds blew out the brick walls of a warehouse. More than 30 people were hurt when a tent collapsed at an Oktoberfest celebration, and Sam will have more on all of this in just a moment. On Capitol Hill, Democrats appear headed for defeat in the battle over expanding children's health insurance. They're not expected to muster enough votes this morning to override a presidential veto. President Bush refused to sign off on the current plan because he said it costs too much, but he's appointed a team to work with Congress on a compromise. A breakthrough this morning in the battle against cervical cancer. Researchers say a new screening test, the HPV test, is nearly twice as accurate as Pap smears, spotting early stages of the disease in 95% of the cases. Experts believe the test could replace Paps in a matter of years. As a bonus, women don't need to be screened as often. Now we have a story of hope for you, a better future in Iraq, a true sign of progress in what was once one of the most dangerous parts of the country for U.S. troops, the city of Fallujah. Marines have gone from fighting insurgents there to handing out gifts. Our Miguel Marquez has the story.
Back to school in Fallujah.
Good.
Children all in their places.
What is school like?
10-year-old Mazen Nohed, the star student, says the last few years here have been nothing but destruction. This year is different. Marines and Iraqi police are doing something that has never happened at this school, handing out book bags, school supplies, and T-shirts.
It's a small sign of how things are improving here. On this first day of school, this school enrolled 300 kids. That's the most number they've had since before the war.
The Marines brought the gifts, but they are making sure the Iraqis are handing them out. Just 8 months ago, Marines were battling suicide bombers and Al-Qaeda. Today, it's a very different fight. They are working alongside Fallujahs, trying to rebuild a town that has been devastated by war. It's a stunning turn, like a light switch being flipped. Marines no longer patrol the streets here. They handed that duty over to Iraqi police. Colonel Rich Simcock, the Fallujah battlefield commander, has seen his mission change drastically.
What's really been the key to it is getting them aboard to work with us to improve the security situation.
At this school, the kids barely have desks. Sewage runs through the schoolyard, but with security and enrollment up, these kids are having the best first day of school in a long time. For Good Morning America, Miguel Marquez, ABC News, Fallujah, Iraq.
Okay, and finally, do you ever hear the urban myth about animals creeping into bathrooms? Far-fetched, you say? Well, check this out. A woman in Brooklyn, New York found a 7-foot python in her toilet, and she does not own a snake. Firefighters had to tear apart the pipes to remove it. No idea how the snake got in there, but it's been seen recently slithering in the basement of the woman's apartment building. See, it's true. It's all true. That's the news at 8:04. It's now time for the weather. That means Sam Champion. Sam, that is not the right way to snake your toilet.
Oh, Chris. Good morning, everybody. We're here live in Times Square. Oh, yeah, no, Chris, thumbs up for the humor, definitely. But can you even imagine that? I mean, come on. That's the worst thing that could possibly happen to you in the middle of the night. Oh, yeah. All right, we are standing here. Wait a minute. Brooke? Did I get Forrest? Yeah. Paige is over here. I got all the names right. Where are you guys from?
Minnesota, Villard, Minnesota.
All right, and you say there's probably more people in the crowd this morning than in the whole town, right?
Probably.
All right, well, now we've got a pretty big crowd. And what does this sign mean, ladies? We finally made it to New York. What does that mean?
We're here. We're in New York City. Wanted to come forever.
Well, now you're here. You made it. We'll go over some places for you to see before you leave. We'll kind of like talk some things out. You know, it is surprising how nice people are, isn't it? It's true, it's true, it's true. We love our town. Let's get to the board. We'll show you exactly what it looks like. One or two things to tell you about. Some storm pictures this morning, just out of the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. Remember, 86-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Those storms have shifted east today, and that's why GMA is here with you in Columbus, Ohio, because it's likely this afternoon there will be some strong to severe storms that kick up in that area. They really only last one day. During the day tomorrow, you'll go down to showers, then you've got a bright and sunny day on Saturday. For the rest of the nation, just watch this line of storms that's severe today in the Ohio Valley, and then it swings to the East Coast tomorrow. That is the weather around the nation. Here's what you can expect this morning.
Good morning. We're still tracking that low pressure area just offshore as it tracks to Vancouver Island and brings some strong wind to our area, gust of up to 80 miles per hour. After 8 a.m. and continuing through the morning for the coast at about 11 a.m. or so for the valley, we could see our gusts up to 45 miles per hour. High temperature today should be 58 degrees here. Quite windy and rainy. Raining through the weekend, but starting to get a break Sunday, and 70s possible for Monday and Tuesday.
More weather in Times Square in the next half hour. Diane?
Okay, thanks, Sam. Millions of women know what it is to be tired, and you say, well, it must be just this season. You feel sluggish. You can't get rested no matter how much you sleep. Well, it turns out there can be real medical issues that you don't think to ask about. You're going to hear now from two women you know well and admire who are going to tell you what they learned about what their bodies were trying to tell them. Oprah sounding a wake-up call on Tuesday, a warning for women.
So we have a big wake-up call today for all women over 35. I recently had a wake-up call of my own. This summer, I was so exhausted. I couldn't figure out what was going on in my life. Obviously, I have a really busy schedule, and finally figured out that I had literally sort of blew out my thyroid.
Thyroid, especially as women approach menopause, 25% will develop permanent problems.
The thyroid gland controls the energy or the metabolism of every cell in the body. But there are a number of symptoms that might prompt her to want to really be checked out. Slowing down of your bowel, constipation, your energy level, sometimes difficulty sleep or sleeping too much. It can also cause fluid retention and weight gain.
Oprah says she not only gained weight, 20 pounds, she was sleeping all the time.
The first thing Dr. Northrup wanted to know was what was really going on in my life. And I go, I'm so tired. You're in labor with yourself. You're in labor with yourself. Absolutely. That's what I felt like.
A very different solution to lower energy from Leslie Stahl, the intrepid, tireless correspondent for 60 Minutes. Recently, she was diagnosed as anemic. Given iron pills, what a difference.
I feel so great that I know that I should have been on these iron pills before I got anemic. And what I'm thinking is that I must have had a low-grade anemia that was not high enough to trigger any doctor saying you need something.
Again, 1 in 5 women are iron deficient, and so many don't know it.
Iron deficiency is the most common cause of anemia. For women, just sort of a sense of low energy. It's easy to diagnose. Treatment for low iron is simple, it's easy, and it's something that can really make a huge difference. On the other hand, taking too much iron is not a good idea. Iron is a heavy metal and could certainly cause toxicity. So you need to work with your doctor, get the right diagnosis.
I'm thinking back before I got anemic and thinking that I'm feeling, I can't put a percentage on it, but infinitely more spunky and alive and ready to face the world and optimistic, really. I mean, all these things. So I've gone around and told all my girlfriends, not the guys, that this is something we all have to try. I think I've been on them for about 2 weeks, and I'm only supposed to take them for about a month. But it's boosted me to a level of feeling great, a sense of wellness, whatever that corny word is. But I just do feel different.
Which brings us back to Oprah's word of caution.
Do not wait until your body turns on you. Don't wait until you have caused harm to yourself.
And don't think you're just tired. Joining me now, Dr. Marie Savard, doctor of internal medicine and author of the book How to Save Your Own Life, spells out what to ask for during a physical and how to read thyroid test results, for one thing. Thanks for being with us. I want to go back, because when Oprah says, I blew out my thyroid, it's blown.
It's gone. Once you have an underactive thyroid, it's no longer producing that thyroid hormone. It's gone. You need supplements every day.
Is it just stress that brings it on? What else brings it on?
Stress may be the trigger, but it's an autoimmune disease, so it really is something about the body's inflammation, maybe a virus. Something triggers it. No question, tremendous stress, not getting enough sleep probably adds to the problem, but it's not the whole picture.
So it's not that you can do anything preventatively necessarily.
You can't, but on the other hand, you can get subtle blood tests can show early changes that you could start getting on treatment so that you don't get the full-blown symptoms that I think that she was experiencing.
Okay, let me turn now to my friend Leslie Stahl, who was talking about the iron pill there. Does it surprise you that doctors don't always do a full blood spectrum early on and don't always point out these things early on?
Not today. In the old days, you'd ask for a blood test and you could imagine you were getting everything. But today, with managed care or insurance, docs have to check off every individual test and have a reason for the insurance company why they're ordering it. You need to be proactive about asking for blood test results. You can find out on your blood test everything from autoimmune disease, thyroid and iron levels.
So you've got to push the doctor and say, I want the full spectrum blood work.
You really do. And you've got to volunteer symptoms. Okay. You can't just ask for it. You don't just sign up for a physical and ask. You've got to have symptoms that justify it, too.
Right, again, and don't take iron pills on your own out there. You have to do them with a doctor because they can be toxic.
Yes, they can be toxic, and they can also be a sign of underlying colon cancer. If you're anemic from low iron, you may have an underlying problem.
Okay, I want to ask about a couple of other things. Vitamin B12 shots. I read and know that Margaret Thatcher used to get 4 hours of sleep a night, and she said what kept her going were vitamin B12 shots. True? Possible?
Possible. It's a bit of a myth, but it's been around for a lot of years. There's so many people who really believe in it. But if you think about it, vitamin B12 pills, that will be effective. So if you're a vegan, you're not getting B12 in your diet, take the pills. The shots are 10 times more powerful. Who knows? Doctors have been using it for a long time. Some people swear by it.
And look at Margaret Thatcher. Look how she went. And the other thing, the final thing you want to point out to everybody, and we've tried to talk about it on this show too, vitamin D3 turns out to be absolutely central for everything, energy included.
It is. D3 is really the best kept secret. First of all, recent studies showed it decreases overall mortality, death. It increases our bone strength, our brain strength, our muscles. Without vitamin D, you can't absorb calcium. It's important for everything. And you can get a blood test or you can take that supplement.
All right, our thanks to you. And again, one big lesson is always to push. When you're unusually tired, it means something. And if you want more tips on what to ask your doctor, go to our website, abcnews.com. A GMA Consumer Alert coming up next. We'll be back.
Michael, how do we get you on the fast track to success?
Well, the track he's into now is full of rolling, popping balls. On the Play School Busy Ball Popper. Play School. Believe in play.
Nick, the path you're on, well, you're going nowhere.
Actually, Nick is going exactly where he wants to go.
Spin faster!
On the Play School Simon Says Sit and Spin.
We're going in circles here.
Play School. Believe in play.
Why are you looking at me? I told you not to do it.
Time to get your carpet cleaned? Call today about our $99 special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets carpet cleaner.
Take a close look at cancer care in America. People are diagnosed every day, many without insurance. Countless others have insurance, just not enough to cover something as devastating as cancer. The American Cancer Society is making progress through research, education, and support. But there's more to do so people can get the care that they need. Find out what we're doing and how you can help. This is the American Cancer Society.
Got original flavor coffee mate. Blueberry cobbler, which tastes so great. Chocolate raspberry pralines and cream. Hazelnut toffee nut tastes like a dream. Irish cream, coconut cream, cinnamon vanilla cream, vanilla caramel, and of course fresh vanilla for coffee mate.
You've reached the Stewarts. We are not home and we have prescriptions at 3 different pharmacies and we use a mail order pharmacy. Please leave a message.
If only people used just one pharmacy, so that you could tell a pharmacist about all your medicines to check that they work safely together. Fortunately, Walgreens' free online system allows you to manage all your medicines, supplements, and health conditions 24 hours a day.
If you've tried more than once to quit smoking, you know it's a challenge that's not for sprinters. If only you could manage to stay on that quitting road. Discover prescription Chantix. The Chantix approach is twofold. A non-nicotine pill with a program. The pill helps keep nicotine from reaching key receptors in the brain. It can effectively reduce that urge to smoke. And should you slip up, keep trying. Reach out for support. Tell your doctor which medicines you're taking, as they may work differently when you quit smoking. Chantix dosing may be different if you have kidney problems. Side effects may include nausea, trouble sleeping, changes in dreaming, constipation, gas, and vomiting. Studies show 44% were able to quit at the end of 12 weeks. So talk to your doctor about Chantix. It's all about getting there.
Sweetie, got you this new phone with a full keyboard, because you're my number one. Hey, honey, got you this great phone from Verizon Wireless, because you're my number one. There you are. Got you this new phone with VCast, because, you know, you're my number one. Saving the best for numero uno. That's right.
Get a great deal on these cool Samsung phones. Plus, join the Verizon Wireless Family Share Plan and add a line for $9.99. Verizon Wireless.
Mom, do Flintstones help here?
Yep.
Here?
Yep.
And now Flintstones has the only gummy vitamin with extra choline, a nutrient found in breast milk to help support a child's healthy brain function.
And here?
They do now. Flintstones gummies.
It's country music's biggest night, the CMA Awards. And Good Morning America wants you to be there. Go to abcnews.com and click on the GMA page to enter to win 2 VIP passes to the CMAs and to see Big and Rich perform live on GMA from Nashville. It's the GMA at the CMA Sweepstakes presented by Chevy. And Wednesday, November 7th, country music's biggest night starts with a big morning TV event. Big and Rich perform live only on Good Morning America.
And now a GMA consumer alert. Protecting your kids from toxic lead may be even tougher than you thought. Today there will be another Senate committee hearing on this very issue, lead. Meanwhile, the Consumer Product Safety Commission has issued 3 more toy recalls because of it. Albert's Halloween skull pails, bookmarks from Antioch Publishing, and puppet theater made by Guidecraft. So how big is the danger really? Well, we sent our consumer correspondent Elizabeth Leamy into a typical family's home to test for lead. Can't wait to find out what you found out, Elizabeth. Good morning.
Good morning, Robin. Listen, those latest 3 recalls bring the total to 37 recalls of millions of toys since that first big Mattel recall. But yes, what about all the toys already in families' toy boxes that never do get recalled? Well, in that one family's home, we found half a dozen with high lead levels.
5-month-old Alex Sinkovich is at that age where he sticks everything in his mouth. 3-year-old Ian is at the age where everything sticks in his mind. Both boys are at high risk for lead poisoning because they're still developing. So we had a licensed lead risk assessor test virtually every toy in their house using a handheld device called a Niton analyzer. Our experts said cheap yellow duckies often contain lead, and the Niton detected 1,200 parts per million in the paint of this one. Lead paint over 600 parts per million has been banned in the U.S. since 1978.
You would think that there would be more quality control with regards to safety on these kinds of toys that are definitely going to be going into the children's mouths.
We detected lead paint in this Nutcracker, too, at 40 times the legal limit, but only in the green paint. And random results like that are also common.
It is definitely a lead-based paint, and your kids shouldn't have access to it.
Next, we found lead in a copper drum Mark Sinkovich bought overseas. A good reminder that maybe we shouldn't let kids play with things that aren't meant for them.
It's built into the interiors.
A model taxi cab contained lead on the inside rather than outside. So does that make it safe?
When I was a kid, I would take something like that apart and handle it with my fingers and probably not wash my hands. And then there again, I've got an exposure issue that I never even knew about.
And finally, 2 vintage vehicles made before lead paint was even banned. Our expert detected 6,000 parts per million of lead in the camper and 60,000 in the Roadster, 100 times today's legal limit.
Definitely, I don't want to play with this at all.
Sometimes vintage toys are better for display than play.
So there are some categories you can think about, but it is very, very hard to tell which toys are going to have a problem. The one thing parents can do for some peace of mind is get regular blood tests for their children, testing those blood lead levels, Robin.
Well, Elizabeth, of course, it's right for parents to be concerned about the lead in toys, but aren't there other sources where lead poisoning is concerned that are far more common?
Very true, and that's something that's been getting lost because of this whole scare over toys. Lead paint in older homes built before 1978 is still by far the most common source of lead poisoning, and the number 2 problem is lead in drinking water.
And how about those home kits? Do they really work for lead testing?
You know, they can provide some peace of mind, but they're hard to use exactly right, so it's not the final solution.
Thanks so much, Elizabeth, and impressed that you can sit like that for so long. We've got Ben Affleck coming up.
Okay, you know what ages our skin? Free radicals from sun, stress, and pollution. So what's a girl to do?
Fight back with new Neutrogena Antioxidant Age Reverse. Chock full of antioxidants, it helps neutralize free radicals and reverses the signs of aging for younger-looking skin.
Why look older if you don't have to?
New Neutrogena Antioxidant Age Reverse. No wonder Neutrogena is recommended most by dermatologists.
If everyone were this cautious during cold and flu season, you would need to start your day with the vitamins and nutrients in Florida orange juice. Healthy, pure, and simple.
My husband is not a terrorist.
The critics are calling Rendition. This guy doesn't fit the profile. Challenging, provocative, nail-biting. And Roger Ebert says this film is perfect. Open the gate! Rendition, rated R. Starts Friday only in theaters.
That ought to do it.
Assuming you've done enough for retirement doesn't make much sense either. That's why you should invest with Edward Jones to make sure you're on the right track.
Saturday, it's Macy's one-day sale with great savings on fashion, accessories, home, and more. Shop early, shop late. Macy's one-day sale Saturday with the preview day Friday.
That was my hunger, roaring at me all the time. I weighed almost 300 pounds. I spent years trying diets, diet pills, exercise programs. Nothing worked.
That's when Cindy's doctor recommended the lap band system. He surgically implanted this device around her stomach to help her feel full, faster, and longer. And unlike gastric bypass surgery, there was no stomach cutting or stapling.
Thanks to lap band and my new diet and exercise program, I will never look like that again.
Visit lapband.com or call 1-800-366-3129 for your free information kit. As with any surgery, there are possible risks and complications with the lap band system, including but not limited to infection, nausea, vomiting, band slippage and obstruction, and in rare cases, gastric perforation and reoperation. Visit lapband.com or call 1-800-366-3129 for more risk information.
Ask your doctor if you qualify for the lap band system surgery.
And start taming your hunger.
We've been to Portland, Monterey, Fresno on the way.
Pandas monkeys at the zoo taking home a kangaroo. Comfort Inn feels like home. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Joan.
Tasty waffles. Hey, look, finally something I can cook. County Fair, Salt Lake, gotta love those funnel cakes.
Santa Fe, Grandma's place, nice to see her smiling face. This fall, stay at Comfort Inn, Comfort Suites, Quality, Sleep In, or Clarion Hotels. After 2 separate stays, you'll earn a free night with Choice privileges. For reservations, visit choicehotels.com. Choice Hotels. We'll see you there.
Need something? To find it locally, you need the new yellowpages.com. Now with interactive maps and directions, ratings and reviews, and a way to send info to your cell phone. Yellowpages.com. We wrote the book on local search.
This is K2 News on your side.
And good morning, everybody. Along with Rhonda Shelby, Carl Click, 825. K2 Storm Tracking Weather Team is looking at this fall storm that's headed our way today. We promised wind at the coast this morning. We have it now because On Your Side's Jeff Yeager is in Oceanside this morning near Tillamook, and he is blowing in the wind. Jeff.
Yeah, Carl, we certainly have wind out here on the coast. Right now, the sustained winds are at about 20 miles an hour. So far, we've seen gusts upwards of 40 miles an hour. And the wind's just going to get stronger today. We're expecting it upwards of 80 miles an hour with this storm as it's blowing in. You can see just right off the coast, very high winds right now. The swell coming in, the combined seas is about 30 feet high today, but very, very strong winds. We're expecting a number of problems out here on the coast, potential trees downing power lines and the like. And of course, if there are any major problems, we will bring them to you. But again, right now, winds are at about a sustained 20 miles an hour out here on the coast, only expected to get higher. Carl?
Okay, Jeff, thanks for the update. Rhonda, you promised. There you go.
Yeah, on the Central Oregon coast, Carl, the highest wind gust I've heard so far has been 68 miles per hour. That's at the Yaquina Bay Bridge. And I'm sure that the Central Coast is getting stronger wind right now. That will just continue to travel up where Jeff Yeager is standing and for the rest of the North Coast. Let's take a look at what's happening outside right now. In the other direction, that's the gorge. You folks have been seeing east winds today. Those should die down in the next 2 or 3 hours. And you can see that it's hard to see much because of the clouds and the fact that we've had some pretty steady rain. But the first wave of rain has come and gone. Rain's letting up right now. The wind is beginning to pick up. Let me show you what's happening as far as the position of this area of low pressure. Tracking exactly where we thought it would. It's on its way to Vancouver Island, and now winds are beginning to increase. Here are some of the wind gusts I've received just in the last few minutes. 26 mile per hour wind gusts in Portland. And remember, our winds will not start to gust up to 45 miles per hour until about 11 a.m. or so here, but it will be a windy day. Up to 62 miles per hour in the other gauge at Newport, that National Weather Service gauge. 30 mile per hour wind gusts right now in Eugene. A windy day for the west side. There you have the high wind time frame again. It looks like between 8 and 3 is when the coast will be really blowing around quite a bit today. Gusts to 80 miles per hour. And in the valleys, it's really more of a time frame of 11 a.m. to about 4 p.m. today, with waves of rain coming in at times. Look for a high of 58 degrees today around the Portland, Vancouver area. And a quick glance at the 5-day forecast, 10-day trend shows another couple of storm systems coming in through Saturday that will bring us more rain. I think we're looking at an inch plus of rain through the next couple of days. Then we get some dry weather, looking pretty good Monday into Tuesday. Stay with us.
Measure 50 rewrites Oregon's constitution to increase the tobacco tax. It's supposed to help kids, but over 70% of the money doesn't even go to the Healthy Kids program. And 50 spends far more than it takes in. Its revenues will decline each year as people buy less, but 50's massive new spending nearly doubles in a few years, leaving a funding gap of over $200 million. They're targeting smokers today, but who pays more taxes tomorrow to cover 50's huge shortfall? Don't rewrite our constitution. No on Measure 50.
This is K2 on your side. If you're in one of these locations, you may be able to receive a clearer signal by tuning to one of these UHF channels.
Nothing suits the Northwest better than Stickley Furniture, and no one has a bigger selection than Paul Schatz, where top quality designer furniture has been a Northwest tradition since 1919. Right now, during our Stickley Fall Fashion event, you'll find the best selection with tremendous savings. And if you're redecorating, let us help you bring it all together with our complimentary design services. When you're looking for Stickley, look to the people who know it best. Paul Schatz Furniture, a Northwest tradition since 1919.
The Cinemazation celebration is back at Sherry's. Right now, you can enjoy a sweet deal on Sherry's Cinemazation French Toast Breakfast for only $4.99. And during October, take home your favorite whole pie for only $6.49. Now at Sherry's.
K2 News is on your side, exposing scams and rip-offs.
I want to know what you're doing with all these people that you owe money to.
Holding the powerful accountable.
Do you think a church should have to fork over $100,000 to build a streetcar?
K2 News on your side.
Next, all new Martha.
You start with a pillowcase, just an ordinary pillowcase.
The most adorable and simple costumes for Halloween.
A real pumpkin.
And the D's Sherry Shepherd is here to make them with you.
Yes.
Next, all new Martha.
Today at 11 on K2. K2 News, voted Best Newscast by the Associated Press.
Iced tea imported from England. Lifeguards imported from Spain. Towels imported.
That's Ashley
from
Tisdale. Mm-hmm. Mega hit, of course, High School Musical. She'll be here tomorrow performing live. You know, the movie has become a cultural phenomenon. 200 million people around the world now have seen it, and she's one of the big reasons why. Ashley singing tomorrow. Good morning, America. I'm Diane Sawyer.
That'll be a great way to start the weekend. I'm Robin Roberts. Also this morning, Ben Affleck. We know him as an actor. We know him, of course, as a Red Sox fan. His team is down a little bit in the series, but he's not
back
panicking.
tonight.
That's right. He's not panicking. He now has a new role. Action. He is a director. He's here to talk to us about his new movie, Gone Baby Gone. Ooh, is this getting some Oscar buzz or what?
It is, and it stars, of course, his brother,
That's
and we
right.
want to know more about that. Also, would you give complete strangers control of your life? You're going to meet some women who agreed to go on 30 dates in 30 days with men picked by online viewers. Is it the new frontier? They even were told what to wear, what to do on these dates. Does it work? You'll find out. But let's head over to Sam Champion and the morning's Just One Thing.
Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, everyone. And I'm here with Jordan and Leah. We have our Just One Thing. Remember, it's that one thing you can do during your week to help maybe make your life just a little bit greener, a little bit easier on the environment. Ours today is Stop Junk Mail. Do you have an unwanted mountain of junk mail in your home? The U.S. Postal Service says that every household in America gets an average of 26 pieces of junk mail every week, and I think that's low. That's a 4.5. Come on, ladies. Help me out here. Let's dump this out. It looks like this. It's an average 4.5 million tons of junk mail, costing the environment about 100 million trees. Here's some other stats that really caught our eye. 19 billion catalogs are mailed annually to U.S. consumers. That's 53 million trees that are used there, 3.6 million tons of paper. On the other side, on Jordan's side, 38 trillion BTUs, and BTUs are hard to understand, energy expended to produce a catalog of paper, but just to break it down, enough to power 1.2 million homes a year. All of this is wasted just in junk mail. You think, I can't get rid of it, but you can. There are two services that we found. I'm sure there's going to be more popping up. One of them is for free. It's called Catalog Choice. They have a database of more than 600 groups. They'll get you off those mailing lists. And then for one called Green Dimes, for a $15 membership fee just once, they say they'll send send you a kit that will reduce your junk mail by 90%. It includes some cards that you will send out that'll take you off those occupant lists and a lot of the other lists for catalogs and everything else. This is like a dream come true to me. I just cannot stand this stuff. Let's get to the boards. We'll show you exactly what it looks like outside our doors. One or two things we want to highlight as you make your move. On the eastern seaboard today, it's a dry day for the most part, but that line of storms that runs anywhere from the Great Lakes all the way down into Kentucky, Tennessee, that line of storms swings east during the day tomorrow, and it could be very active in the Ohio River Valley today, so keep an eye on those storms. San Antonio, 91 degrees, dry in the middle part of the country that saw so many strong storms yesterday and last night. That is your weather around the nation and your Just One Thing. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, Jordan. Here's what you can expect this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rhonda Shelby. A high wind warning in effect for the coast today. Gusts of up to 80 miles per hour. 50s all around the region. Windy most places and rainy for the next 24 hours.
That weather report was brought to you by YellowPages.com. Diane?
Okay. There is a new movie out called Gone, Baby, Gone. And it is a kind of thriller, kind of detective story. No one what they seem, no one doing what you think they're going to do. And then you discover, not to give the ending away, that it is about everything. And guess what? It's a first-time feature film director. It's Ben Affleck, joining the ranks of the Clint Eastwoods, the Robert Redfords. But you said that you can prepare for an acting role in a few weeks. Directing is an obsession.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. This took me years and years. I don't know, maybe some directors can do it who are much more proficient or talented, but this was, completely all-consuming, every day, all day, going to sleep, thinking about it till you fall asleep right the moment you
even got a migraine that put you in the hospital?
I did. I got a hospitalizing migraine. Once I figured out and got the medications, I was able to get it under control. But yeah, I was hospitalized. I know that's a little embarrassing, but it was completely all-consuming for me, and my wife was glad when it was finished.
Really celebrated, huh?
She did celebrate. She's very supportive, but it was definitely the kind of thing where it was a as I say, completely.
Well,
consuming.
A lot of the critics are saying you have found another calling. Is this it now? Are you a director?
It's definitely something that I hope to be able to do, forever, as long as I have the opportunity. And there's all manner of opportunities because, nowadays you can do all kinds of movies.
And you can go back and forth, acting, directing, acting, directing?
Yeah, you can do both. Certainly.
All right. I want to talk about your brother, the star, in a little bit, but Morgan Freeman is also in the film. We have a clip of him. He's the captain of the police force, and as I say, you'll never guess everything about this film, but here is a scene in which he's talking about his desire to rescue this child who has disappeared.
My only child was murdered. She was 12. Did you hear about it? What you probably didn't hear, and what I hope you never have to deal with, Mr. Nero, is what that feels like, what I have to deal with. Knowing that my little girl likely died crying out for me to come and save her. And I never did. I know what it feels like to lose a child. This child. It's all I care about. And we're going to bring her home.
So what did you do when you had to tell Morgan Freeman that you wanted another take? You didn't like that? I want to see the expression you used.
Well, it was sort of along the lines of, it was definitely a sort of humble, shuffle over to him. And, fortunately, when you have Morgan Freeman, you don't need very many takes. Directing a great performance out of Morgan Freeman mostly involves saying action,
And Casey Affleck, not your first choice. You were going to do the role.
Yes, initially I was going to do the role, though not when I was going to direct it. Initially I was going to develop it as a vehicle for me to star in, and then as I got more interested in A, the idea of directing, and B, the idea of, the script itself became kind of more interesting, I thought, well, maybe I'll direct it myself and I won't act in it. And then I changed the part to be a younger role just for the sake of the story. It became, I thought it made the movie better.
He had the Boston accent down.
He had the accent. He was the best actor for the part.
Did he play hard to get? Did he hijack you for a huge sum of money?
I knew his agent very well since we had the same agent, so I put an end around on him.
Okay, well, he was here.
I heard he was
here. He said the two of you could handle your disputes. You had a lifetime of fighting and resolving crises. Here it is.
I mean, look, after 32 years of, brotherhood, if you guys can't make a movie together, then you probably should just, drop the curtain on the relationship. I mean, it's not that hard to make a movie, He's the director, he sits there and he tells them action and cut, and I kind of do my thing. But, in truth, we kind of communicate well. We've got a good shorthand, so we could kind of talk and we could, fight real comfortably, and...
Any punches exchanged? That's all I want to know. Because you've got the speed. He's got a little size on you.
Yeah, he doesn't have that much size on me.
Not that much.
Not that much size on him. You also use real people faces you just saw in crowds as you were filming?
Yeah, the idea for me was to make this as authentic a feeling movie as possible. I wanted people to feel as though they really were in this neighborhood, in these bars, in these people's houses. And one of the things I felt like I understood was what it was like to be in this city. And in order to kind of communicate that authenticity, I wanted to find real people. And so rather than using, I wanted to use as few kind of actors in a sense as I could in terms of extras and small sort of day players and even smaller roles. And so we cast a lot of non-professional actors, and we also used as extras we'd go down, set up the cameras, and just hope that people kind of showed up to see what was going on. And when they did, we said,
You're
you
in.
want to be in the movie?
I can make you a star.
Hey, you're in
for this
you're in
moment.
Pictures. Yeah, even go so far as to kind of go into bars and say, those of you who are here, don't go anywhere. You can be in the movie. We're just going to set up and shoot the scenes around you.
Before we leave, you want to have a shout out to your team? You can do it.
I have every faith in the Boston Red Sox. I think we're all pulling for you, and best of luck. I don't know why I hear snickering here in the studio in New York.
He's got size on you, all of you who are laughing.
And quickness.
And quickness. Anyway, it's Gone Baby Gone. It opens in theaters on Friday, and congratulations for the new chapter in your life.
Thank you very much.
Big one. Coming up next, the new twist on internet dating, letting others pick your dates, what you wear, what you do. Does it work?
In life, happiness,
In order to give you more time to do the things you need to do, Beaverton Honda is now offering an Instant SOS to all of our customers. The Instant SOS is a Sanity one-sheet that has all of the information you need, including the price, payment, finance options, as well as information on your trade, and it's available within minutes of selecting your car. So if you have more important things to do than spending hours or days at a car dealership, and really, what isn't more important than spending hours or days at a car dealership? Come to Beaverton Honda on Canyon Road in downtown Beaverton today.
I'm Dick Day, and I voted for Measure 37. Even filed a claim to build 2 houses. Now I'm voting for Measure 49. Measure 49 does not take away anyone's property or prevent us from building a few homes. It does stop big developers from ruining our land, harming our property, and stealing our water. I was deceived when I voted for Measure 37. Now, I'm voting yes on Measure 49.
Yes on 49.
Parker Furniture would like you to walk a little softer, live a little more comfortably, and spend a little less. Now during National Karastan Month, enjoy the lowest prices of the season on Karastan carpets and rugs, including our selection of Stainmaster carpets featuring Tactus nylon fiber. This is Parker Furniture's biggest sale of the season on the carpets and rugs you'll treasure for so many seasons of years to come. Come in today and save. Karastan. Make a statement. Your own.
Save time and money by letting Tough Shed come to you. Now, through the end of September, get 20% off on our popular appearance package. Big savings when you accessorize your Tough Shed building with paint, architectural shingles, a window, shutters, and a window box for your flowers. Call us for a free in-home consultation and we'll give you a quote. Or build a quote on the web and schedule your appointment today. Tough Shed with 3 locations to serve you: Portland, Hillsboro, and Chehalis. Call 1-800-BUY-TOUGH. That's 1-800-BUY-TUFF.
Fashion class is in session.
Damn it!
And someone's about to get schooled.
Ugly Willie. What did you just call me?
James Vanderbeek guest stars on an all-new Ugly Betty. Tonight, 8/7 Central, followed by Grey's Anatomy on ABC. Start here.
From best-selling author James Patterson
We have no DNA, no fingerprints.
comes Friday's #1 new hit series.
No killer is that good.
This is not personal.
It is to me.
An all-new Women's Murder Club. Friday at 9/8 Central, followed by an all-new Men in Trees on ABC.
Could this be middle schools giving birth control to 11-year-olds? Yes, 11-year-olds. That's what one town is considering. But how young is too young? Tonight, the debate on World News with Charles Gibson. And Mondays, World News with Charles Gibson presented with limited commercials.
All right, imagine having total strangers take control of your love life, deciding who you date, where you go, and even what you wear. Well, that's the premise of 30 Dates in 30 Days, the first ever interactive dating reality show online that's got millions clicking in. Essence Magazine has shared some of their footage with us, so get ready to meet 5 women who are looking for love in a brand new way.
I've always said the more ways to meet men in general, I'm open for it.
Not everybody's gonna be ready for me. I accept that. But maybe I need to just not give you so much of Nicole so soon. Give you some time to get used to me, kind of sip it.
Playing the dating game can be stressful for anyone.
How do I navigate the dating scene as a single mother? Very cautiously.
I suppose I've met a few do-right men, but they're all married. They've already been snatched up.
But now an online dating show may provide relief for 5 women who are on a month-long dating frenzy to finish 30 dates in 30 days. There is just one catch. Every fashion look, every date location, every eligible bachelor is picked by online viewers.
The less fussy that it is, the better I feel. 'Cause I'm not that girl. You know, we're in a dress now, but that's not really me.
I'm the single mom.
Excellent.
Yep. And I'm the oldest.
That doesn't mean anything.
I know. I do need a certain level of attention and appreciation. And if that's called high maintenance, then yes, I'm high maintenance.
All right, now joining us now to tell us more about 30 Dates in 30 Days, the editor-in-chief of Essence Magazine, Angela Burt Murray. Good to see you again,
Robin.
Angela.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I would imagine that you had a number of women willing to participate. How did you go about selecting
we were
these 5?
overwhelmed. We held a casting in New York City, and we had over 400 women show up at our offices to be interviewed for this 30 Dates in 30 Days.
And it's not just 20-somethings here.
No, we have women in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. As we know, there are more single women in the United States than ever before.
You had to say that again, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
Had to bring a lot of nodding in the audience right now. So you go about, you select these women.
Yes.
They don't even know anything about.
They don't know anything about who they're going to go out with, what she's going to wear, and where they're going to go until they come to our offices that day for the date, and we have the big reveal.
Don't know anything like that.
Yes.
So have there been any? I know it's still ongoing.
Yes, yes.
Any love connections yet?
Well, we are very excited that there appears to be 2 or 3 young ladies that have made a special connection, but we're going to have the big reveal next week on Essence.com, where we find out who has found love.
And on the other end, have there been like things that have happened?
You know, Essence really wanted to, look out for these women, so we screened all the gentlemen very carefully.
Okay.
But you had things like lateness due to traffic and things like that, but it's just been a wonderful experience overall.
It has been so popular. It's like 3.6 million viewers
we're very excited.
that you've had already. So give us some tips. What do you mean if you're trying to get back there on the dating scene?
Well, it's all about being open to new experiences. You know, you don't always have to have dinner and a movie. You know, you can go ice skating, you can take a walking tour, you can go to a wine tasting, and also just throw away the list. You know, the whole idea that there's this perfect man that you've identified for yourself, and if someone doesn't meet, a couple of things on your criteria, just throw them away. Be open. You never know where you're going to find love.
But it's harder when you get older, though. That list gets longer. It's hard to do the check off because you get so used to your ways, but you have to think outside the box.
Exactly.
Be a little more creative.
Exactly. And that's what these 5 women are doing.
All right, Angela, thank you very much. You can go to Essence.com and see it's still a few more days left.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks so much. We appreciate
Thank
that. Coming up next, her first novel became a runaway sensation. Now the author of The Lovely Bones is back with a brand new book, and she tells us all about it. Talks to Chris when we come back.
Some cars have all the fun. Take the new Mercury Milan.
Looks like $1 million. Gets 29 mpg highway. And with Plug and Play, you're the DJ. So Milan's ready to rock. And now that Milan earned J.D. Power and Associates' highest ranking in initial quality, the party's just getting started. Now lease the Mercury Milan for only $199 a month. You've got to put Mercury on your list.
Rosie likes red, Violet likes blue. Empire has the perfect carpet for you. Berbers, plushes, wools, and frisés, you can shop right at home and we'll install next day. You'll get a free gift, save money and time, and no payments due till 2009. So for beautiful new carpet installed next day, just pick up the phone. Call Empire today.
800-588-2300
Today.
I'm Dick Day, and I voted for Measure 37. Even filed a claim to build 2 houses. Now I'm voting for Measure 49. Measure 49 does not take away anyone's property or prevent us from building a few homes. It does stop big developers from ruining our land, harming our property, and stealing our water. I was deceived when I voted for Measure 37. Now, I'm voting yes on Measure 49.
Yes on 49.
Customer service was fantastic, very efficient, and very helpful.
The staff here is wonderful when it comes to answering questions and knowing the product.
Much more personal attention. It's a relationship. The customer service is excellent.
The salespeople know what they're talking about. They understand the appliances.
You know, you walk in, you're not going to feel pressured.
It was just a great experience, and I just can't even imagine anyone going anywhere else.
The most knowledgeable sales staff in town. Standard TV and appliance.
Her first novel was such a breakout success, it spent 78 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list. The Lovely Bones was read by hundreds of book clubs, including our own here at GMA, and became a runaway hit of 2002. Now, 5 years later, the author is out with a new novel called The Almost Moon. This one as shocking as the first. Very lucky to have Alice Sebold joining us now. This book, The Almost Moon, you have in the first line, the main character announces she has committed murder, essentially. Lovely Bones, of course, the main character announces right in the first line, she was the victim of murder.
Right.
The device of coming right out the reader. You like it, why?
I guess part of it is I just see no reason to waste time. It's a first person, she's done this act, and you're going to follow her from there on in, so let's get started.
Now, when I finished reading the first chapter of this book, I close it and I gasp. Now, tell me, am I horrified because I can't believe this woman has done this, or it's because there's something almost relatable about the situation? How can both of those be true?
The hope would be that you identify just enough and you're also horrified, so you're kind of freaked out by that.
Yes.
And you want to keep reading to try to understand how could you relate to somebody who actually can kill their mother.
And something that's interesting that we were talking about before, a lot of authors go to the exotic. You know, they use things that seem remote to draw someone in. Oh, I've never heard about this before. You look at family a lot. You examine it. Why do you go with something as familiar as family? Why does family work for you?
It's what defines us. I mean, you know, we're created by it, and even if we're out doing our little business things, we're made by our family. So that's the experience.
Do you think people are aware of how fragile the line is between love and almost, at least contempt, if not hate, in a family situation?
I'm liking you.
Especially...
You're unafraid.
Especially the wife or a mother and a daughter, you know, in this particular book, that they really come close to each other. The dark and the light.
Yeah, I think particularly in this book and in general, in a mother-daughter relationship, it is the most intimate relationship you may ever have in your life. And so it has to include every range of emotion, and it includes love, which we hear a lot about and is very popular to talk about, but it also includes rage and hatred. And to be honest, you have to explore that whole rainbow of emotions.
And especially the component of taking care of your parents as they get older, how difficult that is for families, how much emotion it causes. In this case, dementia, really kind of taking away some of the fabric between, you know, the love between the two, because dementia is so difficult to deal with. Really tackle a lot in the book, as only you can. It's beautiful. And a reflection of the success, Lovely Bones, now being made into a movie.
Yes.
Is that congratulations for an author? Is that something that feels good, or is it just part of what happens?
In my case, it feels great, just because I was saying to somebody earlier, if you're into control, it's probably a horrible experience because you want to control everything. But if you're into the idea of watching process and the evolution of something creative, it's going to be great. You know, I just get to sit and watch somebody do something awesome with my book. So.
Now, because there's obviously so much care taken in how you unpack from this, you know, big punch that comes out in the first chapter of the book, what do you want for a reader to come away from this book, other than saying, I'll buy 10 more? What do you want the reader to come away with?
I think a sense of themselves and a deeper sense of their own relationship with their own flaws and the way they interact with their family members and the way they love them, how that affects us. You know, we have a romanticized idea of relationships with our loved ones, and it actually, I think, hurts trying to have a real relationship because we think we should all look like a poster or a Ralph Lauren ad, and that's not the way real love works. It includes some pretty brutal realities.
Indeed, and you navigate that space very interestingly in this book. I think people will find, I know what got me. It was how you describe what happens with those towels. That's what got me. Alice, thank you very much for joining us. Please go to abcnews.com to read an excerpt of The Almost Moon. We'll be right back. Thank you very much for doing that.
At Town & Country Chevrolet, menu value pricing is back. MVP takes the guesswork out of buying your new Chevrolet. You'll receive the invoice document with our menu price so you can make an informed decision. It's hassle-free. You've done your research. With TNC Chevy's menu value pricing, you'll know and never have to guess. Check out the great vehicles and incentives, plus menu value pricing at Town & Country Chevrolet in Milwaukee. You most definitely will drive home happy.
Our commitment is to be everything to everyone looking for a good night's sleep.
We have the best prices from entry level to ultra luxury.
Innersprings, foam, air beds, latex, memory foam, or adjustable beds, no one beats our price, quality, service, or selection.
We challenge any dealer, anytime. Mattress World's hard-to-find locations will save you money.
It's not too late to sleep like a baby. Mattress World.
We can't beat any price on any comparable mattress, and the mattress is free.
Never before have people with diabetes had a choice like this. Crunchy Glucerna cereals to start your day deliciously. Instead of spiking your blood sugar like an ordinary cereal, Glucerna cereals spike your taste buds. And with unique carbohydrate blends, both Glucerna cereals and shakes, now in reclosable bottles, can help you manage blood sugar so you can get out there and enjoy life. Glucerna, smart nutrition for people with diabetes. Find it near the pharmacy section of your local store.
If Measure 49 passes, I'll be losing my retirement savings.
We'll lose the value of our property, my retirement money.
It'll be a hardship on my family and a lot of families in Oregon.
Over 7,500 families will have their property rights taken immediately. It could happen to your family.
We'll lose everything.
We'll lose everything we have.
And to me, if you're paying taxes and you bought the land, it's your land.
Please vote no on Measure 49. Vote no.
It's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
New Kraft Asian dressing. Toasted sesame. A hint of ginger. Ancient flavors with a new twist. Peter's True Love Asian Salad. Craft your salad.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Comfort Inn by Choice Hotels. Warm, welcoming, and worry-free. Book today at choicehotels.com.
Ashley Tisdale tomorrow here on Good Morning America. Have a great day.
Today, live on The View, Dan and real life star Juliette Binoche. The party's just begun.
Tonight, these big shots want to be good.
You can say it, monogamy.
But how can you be good when everyone around you is oh so bad? An all-new Big Shots, tonight 10/9 Central after an all-new Grey's Anatomy on ABC. Start here.
I spent September on a billboard announcing our giant new store on Grand Avenue.
Morning! Morning! How you doing today?
Now our selection is one of the biggest in the whole country, and everything's on sale.
Low price guarantee, express installation, dial 503 Carpets.
Only at Dania. Showrooms that will inspire you. Style that's functional and affordable. A wide selection ready for delivery. Create a home as unique as you are. You'll find Dania in Portland and Beaverton. Or visit us online at daniafurniture.com.
Of these 50 kids, tobacco companies will convince 27 to smoke. 23 will become addicted, and 8 will die from smoking. That's why tobacco companies are spending $10 million to confuse voters about Measure 50. 50 denies them young smokers to replace smokers who die, funds health care for over 100,000 uninsured kids, and protects the money in the Constitution. So lobbyists and politicians can't spend it on anything but health care. Vote yes on 50.
Finally, get out of debt and start saving. Today on AM Northwest, America's financial guru Dave Ramsey shares his secrets for giving yourself a total money makeover.
And are cough and cold medicines doing your kids more harm than good? We're going to get expert advice.
And hold on to your underpants.
Hold it on.
Yeah, hold on. We're going to learn more about the hilarious new play and the naughty title that comes with it. It just opened in Portland, and its ties to a big-name movie star.
Plus, learn how you can be on the cover of a cereal box. All that and more today on AM Northwest. Thank you so much for joining us on AM Northwest. Look at that lovely Northwest weather.
Yeah, that's Lincoln City down there in its Spanish Head. That's our live camera.
Yeah.
The storm is coming. Please hunker down. Take your TV, your generator, get to your shelters. It's coming.
So what did you do to prepare for the storm?
I said to my wife this morning, I said, oh, by the way, big storm coming. Might want to take the chimes off the porch. Because they're saying, strong wind gusts.
You mean you didn't go out and get some wine to put in the wine cellar?
Got the wine all set. We're good to go there. We're fine. Got a gas fireplace. We'll be good to go there. But, it's funny. I think I'm getting older because when I hear about these storm warnings, I start to heed them. You
actually do something about it. You don't just laugh it off.
We have a swinging, a little swing on our porch, and so put that away. Because otherwise it's going to break a window. I mean, I'm this close to boarding up the windows.
Well, this is about the time you see garbage cans rolling down the street.
It's my favorite time of year. When we have the fall winds, because I live on the east side, so the east wind hits us. And I usually get 2 or 3 new recycling bins every season.
But don't let them know you have them, because they'll take them away.
I think you're right, they do.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's fair, because we recycle almost everything.
Right.
We have
voted best newscast by the Associated Press.